lot about your swing change and mechanics that have kind of come through and how it's just more repeatable. What are some of those specific things that you came into on field?
I think it was just for me. It was making those repeatable moves. So like last year, I had a lot of I was upright. I'd get down to like my legs, and I'd like stride really long. So I kind of just and I had a toe tap too, which was kind of inconsistent. So I kind of banged all that, just kind of spread out my legs a little bit to begin with, a little better base, and then I'm not doing a toe tap anymore, just like a leg lift. It's like a short leg lift, so it's just a lot easier to repeat, like I said. And then some things up top too, just where my hands are and the placement of my hands just allows me to be more repeatable. So that was just kind of like the thing I was hitting on this offseason.
Sorry, you said you wanted to see a little more bases this year. How does that go about? What do you work on?
Honestly, I just think it's getting more hits. If I'm on base, I get more opportunities to steal a base, and usually after a hit, you kind of get that adrenaline rush, so you feel a little faster. So I think just having quality ABs, getting walks, just passing the torch, and when I get my chance, I'm gonna steal the base. So.
You said a couple of weeks ago that this is the most connected team you felt a part of thus far. What makes this team so connected and so confident to go into the season with the mentality of being able to get over that hump to get into the play this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a really rough start. I just remember the first couple of weeks, like some of the freshmen weren't really bought into like showing up on time, or like they were tough for them to adjust to the college life, and when we got to go to lifts and all that stuff. So it was rough for the younger guys to kind of catch up. But once we kind of got them on the same page as everybody, like everybody started to click, and I think we realized the talent that we have and the depth that we have in our arms and our bats, and so I think once we all realized that, it kind of came together and we're ready to get going. So.
Do you get any opening night jitters? I mean, coach is saying you guys are kind of itching to get at someone else other than your teammates.
Yeah.
Right now.
I mean, yeah, I've been tired of facing our pitcher. Our pitcher's been doing a really good job this fall and early spring, and like I just been getting annoyed. Like these guys, like we've been getting 40 ABs off each guy, so it's like. Yeah, we're tired of it, but it's also a good thing because, it's a good battle between us two. So it's like who's going to get who. So we know that, like, the competition level is really high between both of us. So, like, when we facing another team, it's like good luck to them because they're going to be facing good pitchers, good hitters. So, yeah, we're excited about that.
You talked about how you feel like your mental has improved over the past year and getting with your coach. How has that improved, especially now that you see opening day and those jitters are also a big factor?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of growing up. I was lucky enough to be in the lineup almost all of my freshman year, so I kind of got that experience up front, and it was tough for me. Like if I had a bad game, I'd let it affect me like off the field, and I'd like let it affect me at home with my family or girlfriend. So I've kind of learned like that's not the way to go about it, and it's the best way to do is just flush it and kind of get over with whatever's going on at the field. And it's kind of like practicing your mental game like it's a physical thing. It's like a drill almost. So like doing everything in your life or everything at the field a certain way will get your mind trained to work that way. So I'm always doing that in our inner squads and our practices, and just like training myself like it's kind of whatever, like control what I can control, and if the result isn't where I want it to be, it's like on to the next. So it's been working well.
What makes this a successful season in your mind?
I think just how much everybody wants it. For the most part, what I know of the starting lineup, it's all going to be older guys. Most of them will probably be their last year playing college baseball. So everybody just wants to win, and that's what you need in a team, wanting everybody to be a part of that, getting the W's and going as far as we can. And ultimately the goal is Omaha, and we've all been ready for that. So we're ready to go and excited. I think that's what's going to get us there.
After coming up just short of the last few years of making the tournament, is that something that you guys have talked a lot about in the offseason? It's kind of like a motivating?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this team is stacked, and I firmly believe we can make a really deep run. And just looking at the last two teams that we've been a part of, yeah, they've been good, but they haven't been anything near of what we got this year, and especially with the experience that we have, because the past couple of years we've had multiple freshmen start, a couple younger guys coming in off the bench, and it was just tough to kind of get clicking of everybody like 1 through 9 at the same time. So, and then same with the staff, like we'd have some guys on, other guys wouldn't, and we weren't able to just click all together. And I feel like that's what we've been missing, and I think this year is the time that we have that, because we got really solid guys Friday, Saturday, Sunday, guys out of the bullpen. And then we have 1 through 15, like Bloomy said, of guys that come off the bench and hit. So I think if we put that all together, we'll be in a good spot.
Feels like the outfield's a really strong core of this team with Brandon and Keen next to you guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that group specifically after coming second or third year playing together?
Yeah, I mean, we all roommates. We get along really well. I think we have the best outfield in the country. I firmly believe that. Even with Jonathan Hernandez, I think he should be in the lineup as well. That guy rakes. He plays really good in the outfield. So it's just, like I said, I don't know how Boomy's just going to feel right in that lineup on Friday. I bet he still doesn't even know because we've got a lot of depth. And I'm really excited to get going with those boys left and right of me. So we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Zach.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Any opening day jitters, or like what are the emotions when you know that it's finally here, the season's upon us?
Yeah, so obviously I'm excited, and so is our whole team. So it's been a long time since we've been able to compete against a different team, and I think we're looking forward to it.
Any traditions or rituals that you've built up to kind of get your mind right for the beginning of the season?
No, it's just going out there and competing and doing your best between the lines.
What's kind of the biggest change internally you've seen amongst the connectedness of this group from last year to this year?
I'd say just the experience. I mean, we got a ton of older veteran kind of players, and we have the same on the pitching side. So I feel like everyone's gotten the experience and the work that they've needed to go out and compete really well this season.
The way that last season ended and the last couple of seasons kind of eating at you so close
Yeah.
to getting over the hump. I mean, how did that kind of sit with you afterward, and how did you kind of use that as fuel for the rest of the group at the end of this year?
Yeah, obviously it didn't sit the best for me, and it didn't sit really well for a lot of the other guys. So, I mean, it comes down to those little games and, those games that you need to win. So I feel like that's going to be our reason, to work harder and, compete and take care of the little things and the fundamental things when we need it the most, to make it there. You're good.
I asked Isaiah, and he said the core of this team is in the outfield. How
Yeah.
do you feel about those two guys next to you?
I mean, those are my roommates, and so is New. So, I mean, I've pretty much grown up with them out in college out here. So they're like my brothers to me, and, I'm really looking forward to compete with them.
Coming off such an impressive season last year, what was something you really wanted to work on this offseason to kind of take your game to an even higher level?
Just get rid of the dumb mistakes, I mean, I was a freshman last year, and that was the first time I've competed in the college level other than summer ball. So I feel like there's different ways I can, compete, and I guess that comes with experience. So I'm really looking forward to doing it this season and, putting it all together with this group.
Really just talking about conference with them, but
Yeah.
how influential was Campos into that work ethic? Was that kind of self?
Yeah, and I mean, for me, my freshman year I didn't play. I was hurt, so I really got to see what it took to compete and, put those results out there. And that was Campos and Keishel for me that freshman year. So, I mean, Campos was one of my favorite teammates, coming out here. So I just learned what it meant to work hard off the field, take care of your body, do the little things right. And obviously it showed up really well for him on the field, and he got the results he needed. So it's just carrying that over in with this older group and, spreading it.
You mentioned Luke and guys right prospects.
Yeah.
What are some of those conversations you had with him and some advice on some of the past month?
I mean, being a freshman, it was pretty nerve-wracking. You're like, oh, it's Luke Keishel or whatever. But, like, he was actually super friendly, and he talked to a lot of the freshmen and stuff, and he built a good relationship. And I'd say this offseason I got to work with him a lot, in the batting cage and stuff. And he's just a relentless worker, and he doesn't take reps off. And you can see why he performs really well in the game because he does that.
Willie said how this is kind of nervous, not looking ahead to next season, but you guys are going to lose a lot of the bats you have in the lineup
Yeah.
next season in the draft. How much urgency does that create for this coming potential final season?
I mean, obviously there's a little urgency, but at the end of the day, it's the same game. You're competing against yourself pretty much. I mean, obviously you got other teams and stuff, but it's doing the things right on your side of the ball, throwing strikes, hitting the ball, keeping it in play, base running, defense, all the little things. So I feel like if we do that, we'll get the results we need, and, don't look too far into the future. It's just take care of each game and look forward to the season.
How much you work on your defense this offseason, coming to a full-time role in the outfield?
Yeah, so I mean, this is my first year really just putting all my time into the outfield. So it's just a lot of game reps, and we have a great coach. Ellie's been awesome for the outfield, and he's really helped with my development and, taking better routes, working the balls off the wall, just doing all the little things right for the outfield. So I feel like that's taken a big step for sure.
What do you think is going to be going through your head 5 minutes before first pitch tomorrow?
I'll just be excited. It's been a long time, and it's exciting. You get to compete against a different team. It's been so many inter squads and stuff, playing the same guys, same pitchers, your own teammates. So it's like now we're a team, and we go against a different competition.
Do you have any thoughts on being the first team to go into the Big 12, into this new era for the program, facing new competition, anything like
obviously it's going to be sweet. You know, last year was my first year playing, and I was in the Pac-12, so I got to play against all those really good programs, and now it's the Big 12, so it's, you know, different travel, different experiences, and a different kind of competition. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that.